Greetings all and welcome back to Math in Anger. This is episode 39 and today we're looking at a bit of prime factorization and I'm going to give you a couple of cheat codes. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is the first five prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. They are your key to doing prime factorization at school level. And keep that in mind because we're going to get back to these. But we're going to do a couple of examples with prime factorization. Let's take a look at something like 90. All right. 90 is an even number. It's divisible by 2. 2 is our first prime number. Right. Keep in mind, start with your smallest prime number. Your smallest prime number is all that you can use in order to factorize this the value that you're busy factorizing. Right, 90 and 2, that gives us 45. And here I'm going to give you your first cheat code. If you'd want to test if something is divisible by 3, you take the individual digits of your number and you see if the sum of those digits work out to something that is divisible by 3. In this case, take a look at 45. That is 4 plus 5. That is equal to 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So you instantly know you can take 3 and put that down. 45 divided by 3 is 15. And now a lot of people, when they see something that is 5 or 0, they want to immediately try and use 5. It's not wrong, but I really encourage you guys to use the smallest prime number you can first. So here again, I'm going to use 3, and that gives me 5. This is just easier to read. Now I know the prime factorization of 90 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Let's do another example. Let's try 126. It's an even number. 2 can go in there, right? We start off with 2. And 126 divided by 2 is 63. 63 is not even, can't be divided by 2. Can it be divided by 3? Well, let's check. All right, what is 6 plus 3? That is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. Yeah, we can do that. So 3 goes into 36, and if you do the division, you get to 21. 21 is divisible by 3. Yes, 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 can go in there again, and then we have it goes in there 7 times. So our prime factorization then is 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. One last example, 132. Let's do that. That's an even number. 2 can go in there. And once we've done the division, we're left with 66. And that's also even. 2 goes in there. We've done the division. That gives us 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. We can use 3 in there. And that leaves us with 11. All right. So, you know, the test for divisibility is if the number is even. Then you know you can use 2. For 3, it is the sum of the digits. If the sum of the digits ends up being something that is divisible by 3, you know the whole value is divisible by 3. With 5, you know if the value ends in either 0 or 5, it's divisible. It's divisible by 5. With 7, let me show you how to do a quick test if something is divisible by 7. Let's take a look at this. 91. I'm going to take the last digit of the number and double it. In this case, it's going to be 2. And then you subtract the rest of your number. Yeah, well, you take the rest of your number and you subtract whatever the doubled last digit is. 9 minus 2 is 7. And because we got a 7 there, we know 91 is divisible by 7. Let's try another one, just a bigger one, so that I can demonstrate the process completely. Let's try 1043. Right? The last digit is 3. We double it, and we write down 6, and then we take the rest of the number. This is 104 minus 6. That's going to give us 98. And we still can't tell if 98 is divisible by 7. But what we do now is we say, okay, 8 doubled is 16. And we are going to subtract that from 9. That gives us negative 7. Negative 7 is divisible by 7. So we know 1043 is divisible by 7. That's the quick test for 7. So now you know the cheat code for 7. The cheat code for 11, to check if something's divisible by 11. Let me give you an example here. Let's try 2607. What you do is you take your digits and you space them out. 2607. And you begin with a minus. The next one must be plus. The next one must be minus. If there were more digits, you would go plus, minus, plus, minus. But you begin with a minus, okay? And then you calculate it. So this would be minus 4, minus 7, and that gives us minus 11. Minus 11 is divisible by 11, right? But for both of these tests, both 7 and 11, if your result ends up being either 0 or divisible by 7, or 0 or something divisible by 11, you know those two things are divisible by either 7 or 11. Okay. An example of where you would get a 0 with testing for divisibility by 11, that is 99. Look at what happens. 9 minus 9, because we start with a minus, that's going to be 0. So you know divisible by 11. Okay. Those are the cheat codes then, right? Start practicing them. They help you a lot when you have to do this at school level and you're not allowed to use a calculator, right? Then there's another thing I want to point out to you. There's a reason why when you're sitting in an exam, the values they give you tend to be things that are nice and even. It's because they want to test if you can follow the process. And if you take a look at something like an uneven number, like 9, let's try 91 like we've done here. We know it's not divisible by 2 or 3 or 5. So the next one we do is 7. Once we've done our division, that is 21. And our lowest prime that goes into 21 is 3. And there's our result. That is 7 times 7 times 3. But take a look at how short that tree is. Let me show you another one. Let's try 99. Right? 99, it's not divisible by 2, it's divisible by 3. And once we've done the division, we get 33. 33 is divisible by 3. And then we have 11. There's our prime numbers, 3, 3, and 11. So it's 3 times 3 times 11. But take a look at how short that tree is. Let's try 93. 93 is divisible by 3. And that gives us 31. And there, instantly, we've got our next prime number. So, when you're doing exams, it's seldom that they're going to give you an uneven number. because you very quickly end up with your answer. And what they want to test is whether or not you can do the process. Right. This then was Math in Anger, episode 39, with a few cheat codes. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.